Do you realize how lucky you were to be married to your ex? If not, follow me and you will find out. Hi, I'm Andrew Chase, and I have a master's in spiritual psychology and have written a book on conscious uncoupling for parents. I've just started a video series for fathers that are looking to create or build on a better relationship with their former wife for the benefit of their child or children. This is episode 5 of that series, Divorce, the Beginning of a Beautiful Friendship. Your marriage is a gift, so don't forget to thank your ex. In the last video, we did an exercise on leaving your wounded egos behind in service to accelerating your healing by writing a love letter to your wife. And in this episode, we are going to build on that. So I'm encouraging you to pick up a pen and paper and shine a light on all of the loving and learning parts of your marriage. Please take a few minutes to relax and do some deep breathing, stretching out, and/or jumping around. Anything that helps put you in the mindset that allows you to truly see the greatest pieces of your past union without any of the judgments getting in the way. For the next few moments, nothing exists in your world. Your spouse is not out to get you. You have no financial challenges. Your friends and family are not focusing on what you did wrong or right. Set the mood with whatever works for you, be it dimming the lights, lighting a candle, maybe put on your favorite chill music, and imagine you are on an island or a mountain retreat by yourself and are about to get into a relaxing hot tub or mineral bath. Now think back to the beginning of your relationship. Write down as many things as you can think of about what lovingly drew you to your wife. Examples could be qualities such as soft, gentle, caring, loyal, carefree, natural, fun-loving, adventurous, exciting, funny, strong, silky, funky, friendly, animal lover, childlike, nurturing. You get the point. Before you move on to the next step, review what you've just written and drink it in. Submerge yourself in the visualization of those qualities. You might want to look in the mirror as you do this and notice what your face looks like. There should be at least a tiny smile on it and perhaps a desire to laugh. If so, laugh out loud. Smile until your face hurts. Even dance if the mood strikes you. There is no limit to the joy you want to allow yourself at this moment. Wink at yourself in the mirror, perhaps in the way she did during your courtship. Get the idea? Now begin writing, listing all the fun activities your partner initiated during your relationship prior to having children. One of the things I remember in my relationship with my former wife is for my 30th birthday, less than a month after we started dating, she took me for a 3-day spa retreat, including my first ever professional massage in the Palm Desert. My family blueprint at the time was that pampering was for people that like to waste their money. She opened me up to a relaxation delight that I would forever thereafter treat myself to, and taught me to truly believe I was worth every penny of what I spent doing such. I also began to learn with that first trip about how to celebrate myself and others, not just on birthdays, but any holidays, even ones she made up, such as taking a me day off from work and going to see a movie. Even as I say this now years later, so many happy memories are popping up, and I can see how these seemingly little learnings from my former wife enrich my everyday life. Something as simple as sitting in silence, slowly eating a dessert originated with her, and I am grateful. I understand that because the hurts aren't as fresh for me as they may be for you, that these activities might be a little more challenging. However, I didn't have a book or videos like these to help expedite my healing, so if you follow along at your own pace, you will be able to hit these milestones in no time. Everything good or bad is a blessing when viewed through the lens of a spiritual observer. And that is something we all have access to every minute of the day. We can choose to take ourselves out of acting on the hurt and pain and view them from a loving perspective. This exercise is testament to that. And anytime you begin to feel yourself sliding back into self and wife-loathing beliefs, simply pick up the list you wrote and revisit those wondrous times. And ask yourself if you could have possibly grown this much without having had this person in your life. Remember, the opportunity for spiritual and soul growth is greater during adversity. So make sure to send gratitude to your spouse for their support in that area and to yourself for being able to recognize it. For the third list, think of all the things that made you smile or laugh that you did as a family. I'm recalling when all 3 of our children were exhausted on a Sunday, and neither my wife nor I wanted to do anything either. Then she suggested that we all get into our king-size bed while she ordered a pizza to be delivered. Then she made everybody hot chocolate, and we turned on the TV and watched recordings of So You Think You Can Dance. Next, think of each of your children, one by one, and list what makes him or her beautiful in your eyes. I am willing to bet that some of those attributes came from your spouse. My middle son, as I mentioned in an earlier video, is sensitive and wears his heart on his sleeve and is not afraid to cry in public during a sad or uplifting movie. In my household growing up, I can't recall ever seeing my father cry, nor his father, nor my other grandfather. Big boys don't cry was the unspoken theme down my family line. Now, thanks to my children's mother's side, that cycle has been broken. In fact, just last week while watching the Netflix G-rated musical comedy Julie and the Phantoms with my teenage daughter, and during a real touching scene, I found myself crying profusely. I never let you go. What a gift I was given from my former wife through my children, allowing me to access my sensitive side that had been held down for many decades. Can you put a price on that? Well, I bet a therapist could. Probably several $1,000s in several years just as a starting point. My daughter is so full of passion and energy for life, just like, guess who? That's right, her mother. My oldest son has had an affinity and closeness to animals that I've rarely seen before. He was around 12 when he found out during Thanksgiving that his grandmother on his mother's side had to give up one of their 5 dogs because he had been biting people. He wrote a 2-page poem song and shared it with all of us. Animal loving was another amazing gift that was brought to me through my children's mother's family. Finally, I would like you to list all the things you have learned, positive or negative, from your marriage and that you are going to use to find more love for your spouse and yourself now. For example, I mentioned in episode 3, Unbuilding Your Foundation, how I had a very black and white view of money. Because of that, and when subconsciously not feeling connected to my wife, I would use my fear of money to try and control her. She wanted a new, comfy couch for years, but I thought it didn't make sense. And we did eventually get it, but it was too little too late, as I only freed up the reins when it looked like our marriage was about to end. So this negative experience in our marriage is something that helped me to grow in later relationships. So just like the Native Americans, when they killed a buffalo, they would use every part. The buffalo skin could be used to make teepees, clothes, moccasins, bedding, saddle covers, water bags, and dried buffalo dung provided fuel for fires. Buffalo horns and hooves were made into cups. And you can do the same with your marriage by taking all of the good and bad experiences for the betterment of all your relationships going forward. Love to hear your feedback below in the comments section, especially if you've tried any of the exercises to date. That takes us to the end of another video chapter. So if you felt like this was of value to you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also ring the notification bell to be kept up to date when the next episode drops. Virtually yours, Andy.